This is a moving vehicle on a bumpy road. I have everyone remain fully seated throughout the entire safari with your feet, arms, legs, and side as well. Even while we're standing still, there is no standing allowed, even to switch seats. Because if I move forward and I don't see you standing, you're going to fall down, and I don't want that to happen. Now, children are allowed to sit on the parent's lap to get a better view, but they must remain fully seated on the parent's lap. That means no standing on your lap, no holding the child up, and please, no passing children around. I'll make sure children are nice and safe. So parents, please supervise your children. Also, make sure that there's no yelling or screaming in the truck, and please no calling or whistling at the animals. A lot of the animals here do have sensitive hearing. We want to be respectful to them. This is their home, and they are not house pets. Now, speaking about animals, if you look up ahead, you can see the animal spine guard. We won't be able to see every animal due to migration patterns, but you should get pretty lucky out there. Also, this is a photo safari, so take as many pictures as you want. Just remember, we cannot stop for every animal, and not every animal can stop for us, or won't stop for us. So now here we are at the Loatori Forest, the first stop of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. And right over there on our right-hand side, you can see that okapi. You might think that they're part of the zebra family with their hind legs being striped, but that's actually not the case. They're actually a part of the giraffe family. They are the only living relatives of the giraffe. If you would turn around, you'd be able to see they have a similar skull, and they too have a long neck, obviously not quite as long. And they also have a long prehensile tongue, just like a giraffe as well.
There he is.
They're very reclusive animals, so reclusive they were not discovered by Westerners until the year 1901. Now over there on our left-hand side, you can see that black rhinoceros, able to weigh up to around 3,000 pounds. It can charge up to 35 miles per hour. Also over there on the right-hand side, you can see those gray kudu up there in the hill. One of the taller antelopes here in the reserve at around 55 inches at the shoulders. Tell that those are females since they don't have any horns on their head. The male's horns can reach up to 71 inches long. They can weigh up to around 750 pounds, but are able to jump 8 feet in the air. You can see another black rhino over there on our left-hand side. Unfortunately, there is only less than 5,000 black rhinos left in the world due to the only predator man poaching for those horns, which are made of keratin. The same materials are fingernails and hair. Very, very unnecessary.
But I'm a Black Panther.
Now, they're very solitary animals as well, pretty much just keeping to themselves. Once in a while, you'll see them in smaller groups. A group of rhinos is called a crash. Now, over there on our right-hand side, you can see those bongos. Bongos are known as the ghosts of the forest due to their ability to hide very well deep inside the forest when they want to. Both the males and the females that have those long horns pointing backwards, they help them get through the bushes and leaves a lot more easily. Those long horns can reach up to 36 inches long. They're also on the larger antelopes here in reserve, being able to weigh a little less than 900 pounds. We can see another greyer kudu over there on our left-hand side. The female greyer kudus are quite social. You can actually see them hanging out with the bongos quite a bit. The males, however, really prefer their solitude. So now we're out of the Loatori Forest. We're going to be entering the Safi River. Now let's keep our eyes open in the water once we get there. You never know what you're going to find.
Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Now up ahead, going to be on our right-hand side in the water. You're going to be able to see a Nile hippopotamus or two, one of the largest and most dangerous animals in Africa. Able to weigh up to around 5,500 pounds. It can also charge up to 20 miles per hour. Guys, sit down back there, please. In the back, sit down for me, thank you. Despite having those large jaws and big sharp teeth, they're actually vegetarians. They just have to be very, very territorial. Oh, we can get a better view of them over there on our left-hand side, a whole blow of them. They have very sensitive hearing. In fact, the ones on the water right there can hear me as clearly as you hear me up here. You can actually see the baby hippo underneath the water there. That's the smaller hippo in the water, right next to the mother. First hippo born here in 13 years. Born in mid-January of this year and already weighs around 400 pounds.
My word.
Yeah, you can see him there getting close. Going out for that air.
Look at the baby!
Absolutely adorable. Also over there on our left-hand side, you can see those pink-backed pelicans. They got their name from the pink colorization they got during main season. They can also have a 9-foot wingspan and weigh up to around 15 pounds. Now hippos can stay underwater for up to 8 minutes at a time, coming up for only a short amount of time for air. They'll spend most of their day in the water resting. Once it becomes nighttime, though, they'll head out in the water looking for food, becoming a lot more active, making them nocturnal animals. Now hippos are actually closely related to porpoises and whales. and are quite excellent swimmers, but they do not like to swim. Instead, they prefer to sink down to the bottom of the water and start walking. So now we're going to be making our way out of the Safi River and start heading over to the savannah, the longest part of the reserve, as well as my personal favorite. Now, savannah is home to some of the more popular animals here in the reserve, such as giraffes, elephants, lions, just to name a few. So you might be able to see some out there. If you see anything I don't see, please let me know. Over here, going to be on our right-hand side, we are going to be able to see a baobab tree, also known as an upside-down tree due to its branches looking like roots. Now, it can remain leafless for up to 9 months of the year due to its ability to hold plenty of water in its large solid trunk. A group of giraffes is called a tower, which is a very appropriate name since they are the tallest animals in the world, able to reach up to 20 feet tall and weigh around 2,500 pounds. Even when giraffes are first born, they reach up to 6 feet tall and weigh as much as 150 pounds. They can also learn to walk within the first hour of their life. Also over here on our left-hand side, we're going to be able to see them a little bit better over there in that cave-like area. You can see those African wild dogs, also known as painted dogs due to their coating. Every pattern is unique to each one, just like our very own fingerprints. That's how they recognize each other. They are cute and adorable, and they are also the most successful predators in Africa. More successful than the lion, cheetah, or the hyena, hunting in packs and chasing their prey to the point of exhaustion. Unlike other dogs, they do not howl or bark. Instead, they let out a squeaking sound. There's also 2 alphas in one pack, 1 male and 1 female. Also over there on the left-hand side, you can see those sable antelopes. They are the emblem for the Round Bay Wildlife Reserve. They use those large horns on their head to help protect themselves against predators, as well as to spar with fellow antelopes, sometimes fighting for a mate. The male's coat will get darker the more mature they become. They can eventually turn each jet black. They can also run up to 35 miles per hour. Now you can see the beautiful patterns around a giraffe. Every pattern is unique to each one, just like our very own fingerprints. Notice how the pattern is jagged around the edges. One of the ways you can tell that these are Maasai giraffes. Also over here, you can see the termite mound. It takes termites around 4 to 5 years to make them. Made out of dirt, dung, and saliva. The sun will heat them up to make them almost as hard as concrete. And larger animals, such as the giraffes here, will use them as a scratching post. But once they are worn down, small animals, such as the antelope, will use them as a lookout post for predators. And I'm going to make a quick stop right here. You guys can see the tongue sticking out right there. That long tongue is a prehensile tongue, so it can help them grip those hard-to-reach leaves. That long tongue can reach up to 20 inches long and is a dark purplish hue to make sure their tongue won't get sunburned since they are eating most of the day. Now, giraffes will use predators, though, since they are so tall, it's hard for animals to attack them. And also, they have a very powerful kick that no animal wants to be on the receiving end of. In fact, their long, powerful legs can help them run up to 30 miles per hour. Now, giraffes are very gentle giants. Some even say they have a big heart, which is a very true statement. Their heart is 2 feet long and can weigh up to around 25 pounds. Sometimes you'll see giraffes staying next to each other, swinging their head at each other's body. That's not a show of affection, but a show of dominance, which is called necking. You can usually tell how much necking a giraffe has done throughout their lifetime by how bold they are on their Oxycontin cones. Now, up ahead here, going to be on our right-hand side, up there on the hill. You can see those white-bearded wildebeest. Their name translates into wild beasts, and they also go by the name of gnu, spelled G-N-U, named after the sound that they make gnu. There could be thousands, if not a million, in just one herd. In fact, they're the second most densely populated animal in the world, right behind us humans. When a wildebeest sleep, they like to sleep in a giant row, so that way whenever a predator attacks, they can make an easier escape. They can also go up to 5 days without drinking any water. Now those smaller antelopes over there on the right-hand side, that's as tall as they're going to get, around 3.5 feet tall on the shoulders. Those are called springboks. They get their name from their ability to spring 6 feet in the air, repeatedly when alarmed, which is called pronking. While running forward, they can jump up to 13 feet. They can even run up to high speeds of 65 miles per hour, making them one of the faster animals here in the reserve, but not quite the fastest. They're also the national animal of South Africa. Okay, great view there of that Maasai giraffe.
Oh, he's pulling that whole leaf down.
With that long neck, they actually have the same amount of bones in their neck. They have actually the same amount of bones in their neck as we do in our vertebrae. 7, just happen to be a lot longer and a lot bigger. And now up ahead here, I see a lot of knockdown trees. You know, that usually means there's been some elephants around here. Now, judging from the way these trees are positioned, it looks like they've headed this way, and oh my goodness, there's going to be one straight up ahead. Going to be on our right hand side in just a moment. Now, first over there, though, on our left-hand side, you can see those mandrills, including some baby ones over there. Mandrills are the largest monkeys in the world, able to weigh up to 100 pounds. They have a red and blue coloring on their face that gets brighter the more excited they become. They also have pouches in their cheeks to help them store food for later. Now, over there on our right-hand side, you can tell that's an African elephant, not just because we're in Africa, but also the ears are in the shape of the continent of Africa. They also have blood vessels in their ears, so whenever they wave those ears, it gets the blood flowing to help cool themselves down, just like that. Now you can tell he's a male elephant due to the fact that he is all by himself. Once males reach a certain age, they'll leave the herd voluntarily or involuntarily, while the females will take care of the young and run the herd. The males don't always end up alone, though. Sometimes they find other male elephants and they'll form their own bachelor party. In fact, there can be up to 144 male elephants in just one group. They won't stay too far away from the female herds, though, because they want to be close by for when it becomes mating season. So we might be able to see a female herd up ahead, which will consist mostly of females, maybe a younger male or two. We might even be able to see a baby elephant if we are lucky. Now, these elephants are going to be a little bit smaller than the elephant that we just saw, since the females can reach up to 12 feet tall and weigh around 7,000 pounds, while the males can reach up to 14 feet tall and weigh a little less than 14,000 pounds. Really quite impressive, almost double what the females can weigh. But let's see if we can find that female herd up at everyone, lead right! Lead right! Lead right! Go, 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 go! We made it, folks, we made it! That was a close one. I did not see that coming. But I do see some footprints up ahead, as well as some tusk marks on the right-hand side of that clay formation. Elephants do like to give that clay for the extra minerals they might not get during their daily diet. Oh yeah, we can see some of those African elephants over there on our left-hand side. We're going to try to get a better view a little bit further down. You might notice the sand, dirt, and mud on their back. They use that as sunblock to protect their sensitive skin from harmful sun rays. But it's sadly to say, though, around 96 elephants a day are being poached for their tusks, because they're made out of ivory. Unfortunately, ivory makes a lot of money in the black market, but can actually help the elephants out by simply not buying ivory products. Less ivory purchase can reduce the demand for ivory, and therefore hopefully reduce the poaching of elephants. And get a pretty decent view there of those African elephants. For a while, elephants were a huge problem for African farmers, eating and stomping on their crops. But after working with Disney's Animal Kingdom on conservation, they found out through studying their vocal patterns that elephants are afraid of bees. That's right, bees. So once they found that out, they put beehives around the farmlands. Not only did they keep elephants away in a safe manner, but also provided farmers with another source of income of honey. You can see some more of those African elephants over there. Oh, right behind that elephant there with the grass on top of him, you can see the baby elephant peeking out there. During the daytime, the baby elephants spend time with their relatives, such as their aunt. Gotta sit down there, buddy. There's no standing during the safari. During the daytime, the baby elephants spend time with their relatives, such as their aunts and younger uncles. But once it becomes nighttime, their curfew's up and they have to go back home to mom. Now, that baby elephant is a little bit over a year old, so she probably weighs a bit more than 1,000 pounds. Now, elephants can eat up to around 600 pounds of food a day, and they can also drink over 40 gallons of water a day as well, being able to fit up to 5 gallons in their trunk, and then shooting that water right into their mouth. Now, over there on our left-hand side, we can see a flamboyance of grayer flamingo. One thing you're going to notice is that they're not actually white. They get their name from the word white, which means wide. Describes their mouth. They have a more squarish mouth, while in the black brown is a more triangular one. They can also weigh more than a black brown, being able to weigh up to around 5,000 pounds. Also a bit more social as well, hanging out in larger crashes. Well, over there by the tree on our left-hand side, you can see those cheetahs laying down. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal in the world, able to run up to around 70 miles per hour, only for a few hundred yards so they won't overheat themselves. Oh, we can get a better view there of those southern white rhinos. You can see them right there. Just like the black rhinos, they have very terrible eyesight, so they rely mostly on their sensitive hearing to help them get around, pretty much using their ears as a form of radar. See the ears moving around? Unfortunately, though, just like the black rhinos, they too are being poached for those horns, which are made out of keratin, the same material as our fingernails and hair. Very, very unnecessary. Now their numbers aren't as down as the black rhino, only under the threatened category, even though their numbers are going down at an alarming rate. Unfortunately for the northern white rhinos, the last male has passed away, leaving only a couple of females left, showing how serious the poaching of rhinos really is. Excuse me there. And I can see the cheetah over there on our left-hand side again.
All the fence.
Yeah. They use their non-retractable claws, help them grip the earth as they run, and they can also use their muscular tail to help them change direction, much like the rudder of a boat. They'll use that beautiful fur coat to blend it with their surroundings, so that way they can sneak up on their prey. One of the only predators hunt during the daytime. They'll use a black line around their eyes to make sure they're not blinded by the sun as they are running. And they are also the largest cats in the world that can purr, being able to weigh up to 150 pounds. So now up there on our Kopi Rock Formation, we're going to be able to see a male lion. Lions like to hang out in high areas like this to get a better view of any potential prey out here in the savannah. Now that's a male lion over there. The male lion's mane will get darker the more mature the lion becomes, even though there have been cases of females having manes just having a higher testosterone than most females do. Lions are one of the largest predators in Africa, able to weigh up to around 500 pounds and can eat up to around 40 pounds in just one meal. They can also run up to 30 miles per hour. Oh, over there on our right hand side, you can see a couple of bonta bucks over there. Only 4.5 feet tall in the shoulders. They were thought to be extinct due to poaching of those beautiful fur coats, but luckily in the early 20th century, farmers found 17 of them and were able to save them. So now they're thriving in conservations and reserves such as this one. This is one of the very few places where you can find them. Now going back to the lions over there, as you can tell, they're usually inactive 16 to 20 hours of the day, usually hunting at night. Due to their excellent night vision, their night vision is 6 times better than the average man. The female lions are the ones that do most of the hunting, while the males will usually stay home and protect the territory and the pride. The female lions will hunt collectively with each other and bring food back home to the pride so that everyone can have a piece. One of the very few predators to share their food like that. They also have a very impressive roar that can be heard from 5 miles away. Does anyone know the Swahili name for a lion?
Lion.
I think I heard Simba, and that is correct. If you have any wilderness explorers on board, you're aboard Simba 1, page 15 of your book. Now over there on our left-hand side, right by the tree over there, you can see those warhawks. Warhawks are the world's largest burrowing animal, using their tusk and their front hooves to help them dig into the earth. They are related to the domesticated pig and can run up to around 35 miles per hour. Ooh, up ahead over here, going to be on our right-hand side, you can see those ostrich eggs. They are the world's largest bird eggs. Each egg can weigh up to around 3 pounds and is strong enough for a full-grown man to stay on top of the eggs without them cracking under pressure.
Wow.
Now, ostriches are the world's largest birds, which makes sense. They reach up to 9 feet tall, weigh around 325 pounds. They are flightless birds. Although they are flightless, they can run up to 40 miles per hour using their wings to help them change direction. So now we're going to head out of the savannah and make our way into the Makani Glen, the final part of the reserve, as well as the shortest. So let's see what animals we can find before we head back to civilization. Now over there on our right hand side, first we can see a scimitar and horned oryx. They get their names from the horns looking like scimitar swords. They are actually extinct in the wild due to poaching of those horns, but they're thriving in conservations and reserves such as this one, trying to grow in numbers. They can go up to 9 months without drinking any water due to their ability to have a high body temperature. In fact, they reach up to 115 degrees Fahrenheit without breaking a sweat. You can also see a couple of yellow-billed storks over there on the right-hand side as well. They usually travel in pairs and can have a 5-foot wingspan. They are carnivorous birds. They'll eat fish, frogs, snakes, and even smaller birds. Now, unfortunately, folks, this is the end of our safari. I hope you had a good time and you come back and see us again. Every safari is different. The animals make sure of it. Now, Harambe means to come together, and I believe the coming together of humans and animals. Well, the animals that we saw here today are in danger. Some are even close to extinction, but you can do your part to help protect them and make a huge difference by talking to your local conservations to see what you can do to help out, such as